for me, it's like any creative person or any person in general, there's a lot of times where you kind of feel down on yourself and you kind of get, certain things happen throughout your life and you get scared to, I guess, put yourself out there. I try to give people as much love as possible to kind of get some of that back. I feel like a lot of what you put out into the world comes back to you, so I've really been working on my karma clout to make sure I'm not like
360 clout now.
Yeah, just making sure I'm not like giving any bad stuff to anyone. God, Sidewalk talks just getting incredibly real on this evening, this Friday evening.
Hi, this is Lauren Engel of Sidewalk Talk. Today I'm here with MacKenzie Bourg.
Hello. Hi.
So you were born in Lafayette in Louisiana?
Yes,
yeah.
That's correct.
Were your parents from there as well?
I don't know if my parents didn't grow up there, but they were from that like area, I guess.
Also in Louisiana, so like all your family's there?
For the most part, yeah.
Oh wow.
My dad lives in Texas now, but the rest of my family's in Louisiana.
What do they do?
My dad works as for oil and gas, and my mom is a school teacher.
Oh, or do you think you got your like creative side from?
I guess both. My mom's father was a musician, and her brother makes like custom electric guitars.
Oh.
And on my other side, like my grandfather's brother, he's like a big kind of like blues soul musician.
Oh really? Were they like teaching you any instruments or?
No.
Like, did they have a big presence in your life? There's so many dogs.
Not a huge. I guess it was kind of like a secondhand inspiration. I didn't really I didn't go to any of their shows or anything like that. But I guess just being in the culture of music and like my whole family being kind of musical kind of helped that come along, I guess.
Yeah. What kind of music was played in the house when you were growing up?
My dad played a lot of Bob Marley, and my mom played a lot of Norah Jones and James Taylor.
Yeah.
So I remember she would constantly play a Norah Jones tape in the car, and so I have like a bit of like smoothness because of that, I think.
Yeah. Do you remember the first CD you bought?
The first CD I bought? Oh man. It may have been 50 Cent.
Oh really?
Yeah, the one with like the bullet holes in it, I think. Yeah, I think that actually was like, I don't know, either that or the like NSYNC Christmas album. Both, I guess, classic, legendary albums. Was
it like your classmates introducing you to like hip hop and stuff?
Yeah, and it was like a big time when like LimeWire and BearShare were like all over the place. So you would just find those things like randomly when you were downloading files, and I think that's kind of how I got turned on to it.
How would you describe yourself back then, growing up?
God, just a confused child.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I used to like. I guess I do enjoy hip hop now, but growing up, I remember having like my iPod Mini, and it was just stocked with rap music, and I knew like every word of every song, which is really funny.
How about your personality itself back then?
Oh man, I don't know. I think I was just kind of a turd, I was a sweetheart, but definitely a turd when push came to shove.
Did you like school?
School, no, I was not a fan of school. I never felt like I could, I don't know, it never was for me. I liked recess, I liked sports, like playing sports outside of school, but like, I don't know, the classroom thing, it was just not for me.
What were you doing in your free time then?
I played baseball, basketball, and football growing up, so it was always a sport. Yeah,
you were known as like the sport, like
jock. Yeah, jock. That's a good word. Yeah.
And you were competitive, right, with basketball?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. My friends and I just joined this league in Los Angeles, and we played in like West Hollywood. So It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Did you like any of the subjects though?
Yeah, I think my favorite subject was reading, just because we got to read interesting books. I think that was the only subject I was really into. You know, math always confused me because I felt like there was no, like I wasn't ever going to need to find out like the size of a, like diameter, like a house or whatever. Like, don't need to solve for X in real life. I do, but just not in a mathematics equation. Just in my own life.
That sounds like explaining a song that.
But yeah, it was just I really did like literature and that stuff. But as far as math and the rest of that, not a huge fan.
Were you already singing back then?
No, I actually wasn't. My brother, he started playing. My uncle had made him his first guitar. When I want to say it was like a freshman or so in high school, maybe in 8th grade. And he was like playing, you know, like the classic rock and roll like licks on the guitar, and it sounded fun, like it sounded cool. So I picked up a guitar and kind of like tried to join in, and I wasn't as good at the guitar, like anywhere near as good. So I like would try to like sing to like make what the boring stuff I was playing like sound fun, and it just kind of escalated from there. And I didn't think it was good personally. I just thought it was fun. And then I brought a guitar to like this basketball tournament we had in Florida. And I was like a freshman or sophomore, and like I didn't want like, you know, it's like when you're like younger in school, like the older people, you know, you don't want to do anything around them because like it wasn't cool. And I was like playing it for like my own friends, like my own like other freshman friends in our room, and then it turned into this huge deal where like everyone came in to like listen, and they were like, "This is so good." So that's when I was like, okay, like maybe I'll...
So you never... Well, did your parents know that they, like... That you're
yeah,
such a
but
talented
everyone,
singer?
like, knows, you know, everyone knows, like, your mom and your grandma are, like, always your biggest fans.
True.
So you always take that with kind of, like, a grain of salt. So...
But it didn't really, like, click to you back then. Like, you couldn't really... Did you have, like, a career in mind back then?
I think in my mind, like, I wanted to be in the NFL or the NBA, but then I stopped growing. So it's great that this worked out because there's not a ton of 5'8" and a half NBA players. You know, they're all about 7 feet. So, but yeah, no, I think my career, I had no real plan in mind. I got really sick when I was like a junior in high school, and I think that's when I was in the hospital for a while, and once I realized, like, you know, this sports weren't going to be the only thing, it's when I kind of got serious about writing songs and just really thinking like maybe this could be something that I could pursue.
Yeah, and that was really long. Was it like nearly a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took a long time to kind of recover from that, and just, I guess, I wouldn't say it's a blessing, but it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I would have never taken the chances that I took to, you know, do the certain things that got me to where I'm at today.
Was your health better towards the end of high school, or like what kind of time period was this?
Yeah, I end up missing like basically 3/4 of my junior year, and my high school doesn't even give half credits. So it was either kind of leave all my friends and everyone I knew, or just do my junior year again, basically. Like they didn't count the 2 months that I was at school. So I just like, I couldn't really pick up from where I left off because I had missed so much. So then I just went back and I basically stayed like an extra half year just because I couldn't get credit for what I was there. But it was nice. It was, you know, I obviously had friends in both grades, so it was kind of like the friends I have now are the same friends I had then. So. Oh,
nice. After you finished high school, how long in between did you have before you started like being on TV?
I think it was like literally just a few months.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really quick.
What were you like doing in that time?
I had already known, you know, about like a few of the things on TV, so I didn't even like apply to college because I knew like you know I was gonna have to miss a lot of it anyway to start with. So then I just, once everything happened, I moved out here and I've been here since. I went to New York for like 2 years, a year and a half, and now I'm back. So
yeah.
Yeah.
What clicked to you to even audition? Like, do you know people around you who are, or could you not like set up sessions and like build your own career from the scratch in Louisiana?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could. I met a manager, and he had known a few people that worked on a few of the different shows, and he just thought it might be a good idea to kind of just get, I guess for lack of a better word, like internet clout, like get the clout game up.
TV clout.
Yeah, you know, get those like the social media clout and all that. So, yeah, it's basically why I did it. You know, I don't know, like if I would like recommend or not recommend it to someone. I guess it just really depends on, you know, like what you think is best for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was best for me at the time, but it worked out. So it's given me kind of the ability to do what I want to now.
What did your parents think of the whole thing?
They were like really supportive. You know, I know I've heard a lot of stories about parents like not being cool with, I guess, you know, their kids doing anything besides the norm. So for my parents to both be really supportive of me and accepting of what I wanted to do, like, kind of meant the world to me and keeps me going, like, even today.
And I've interviewed a lot of people who were on those, like, TV shows, and some of them have said that they had all this, like, clout, but they didn't really have the music to back it up and were, like, confused with their career. Did you have the same feelings?
Maybe the first go-around, but then, you know, 5 years is a long time, so I kind of knew what I wanted to do at that point. So it's kind of nice to be able to, I guess, have a direction in mind, and there was certain things, you know, obviously that have happened in the past few years that I, you know, didn't love, business-wise and music-wise, but that's, I mean, that's just part of the, I'm missing the word that ends that thing.
I think
it's part of the, I don't know.
Comment below.
Yeah, just, I mean, whatever. Part of the game.
Oh yeah, true.
Sure,
And then, like, after you finished with all the TV stuff, did you already have the skills of, like, knowing what it's like to be in sessions, like, working with people?
Yeah, I was, before, you know, I guess in the 3 years that I was kind of just here writing and doing sessions, that's what I was, I mean, I was writing for other people. I, like, wrote a song for a movie and, like, had a few different things. Like, it was nothing, like, gigantic, but it was just, you know, it was nice things that, like, kind of built my professional skills, I guess. And to know, like, you know, how to communicate to producers in a session, or how to, you know, kind of illustrate better what I wanted when I'd be able to say what I wanted.
Was that an easy process for you?
Yeah, it was kind of nice. It's kind of nice now, I guess, having put in a lot of groundwork before, when I was able to kind of, I guess, figure it all out, you know, when it didn't really matter. And I'm not like now, when it kind of really matters, not having to figure it out, you know. Put out music that, like, I wasn't sure of now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad that I did it, you know, when there was only, like, you know, a few hundred people listening.
How did you find your management team now? Or, like, how long have you been with them?
Evan, I just actually signed with him officially a few months ago, but I've been working with him for a while now. He's great. He's introduced me to some really amazing producers and writers, and sometimes I'm confused how he got me in the sessions. So it's been really great working with him, and the music that we've come up with has been really good, and I think that's a testament to him.
And do you have any deals now, like writing or?
No, I'm
artists?
holding on to everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you probably had so many, like, labels chase you, so you just turned them all down.
Well, kind of just getting through, I guess, the deal that, you know, that you have to sign for the show. Once I was out of that, it was kind of a big sigh of relief. So I think when we do sign a deal, it'll be the one that we really feel good about, and it's not just signing a paper to take a small check and then never see anything again.
So do you have like a small group of producers that you work closely with, like Playlove, like?
Yeah, the Monarch, they're amazing. They've done like tons of stuff, from like Kelly Clarkson to like Justin Bieber. So it's like they're really great. I've got like a tight knit group of producers. There's about 6 or 7 of them, and they're all not only like amazing producers but amazing people. There's another guy named Dan who I've been working with a lot, and he's, I mean, obviously a talented producer, but like just a super cool guy, super great person. I feel like all the guys I've worked with so far have been just like, there's one thing to be, I mean, obviously there's nothing wrong with you going in a session and coming out with a song, like that's fine, but it's nice to go in a session and come out with like a friend and someone who you kind of trust and you can talk to and really kind of communicate with and be on a good level with. So
And what's your inspiration behind Playlove?
I think it's just kind of,
it's so good, by the way. I've listened to it so many times.
Thank you. I don't know, it's like it weirdly started off one day in the session with, it was the Monarch and this guy Rolo. He's an incredible writer. We started on a completely different song, and it kind of sounded a lot like that Alex Clare song, I think, Too Close. I think it's Alex, and it feels like I am.
Oh yeah.
Like, it felt like exactly like just, it felt like that. And we didn't like that, so then we just abandoned it and came up with Playlove. So it was like, I don't know, I think there's a lot of honesty in it. For me, it's like any creative person, or any person in general, there's a lot of times where you kind of feel down on yourself, and you kind of get, certain things happen throughout your life, and you get scared to, I guess, put yourself out there. So Playlove's kind of about, being in a situation where you don't know if what you're doing is worth the jump, if it's worth the risk. So, and then finding out that it is. So.
Yeah. How would you say your music has changed since the early songs you made?
Oh man, I've listened back to like a few of the songs I released early. I think the songs I released were okay, but the songs that I didn't release, I'm very glad, like, my, 18-year-old self, 19-year-old self, like, was just like, don't release that, And sure, like, I probably missed out on, like, money and, like, more people following me and caring, but, like, I'm, like, just glad as an artist that, like, I don't have any music out that, like, I look at and I'm like, So, like, I'm okay. I think the music, obviously, at this point is, not only am I like a better writer, but I just kind of know more of what I want to sound like. So it's kind of helped a lot with, kind of being able to mean what you put out there.
How would you say you've grown as a person compared to when you were younger?
Man, I think, I don't know, I guess as a kid, I felt like I was a pretty angry kid, weirdly. Like, I felt like I always had a quick temper. And now, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I'm older, more tired, just run down as a person. But I just feel, I don't know, I feel like I'm a lot more patient, and I just give less fricks, Like, I don't know. But that's what I've got.
What would you say have been your biggest challenges so far? Could be in life.
My biggest challenges so far, I guess, is, for me, I don't know, it's like, even when I released Playlove and a few others of my most recent songs, I tend to, like, want that kind of instant gratification and, like, want to, like, immediately see where the journey I'm going is finishing, and not really, like, taking a second to enjoy the journey. So a lot of the times I get super down on myself, and I'm like, is this even good? Is this even, is it worth it? Like, is anything I'm doing, like, matter? Like, and it's like you get to that point, and I just have to kind of, like, the biggest challenge for me, I think, is just reminding myself that, like where I am now is not where I have to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's all going to a certain place. I just don't know where it is yet.
Yeah. What does love mean to you?
Wow, that's a good question. That's a big question. I don't know, it means kind of everything, you know. I think there's obviously different types of love, you know. There's love that I, you know, give to my family that's obviously different than, I don't know, love that I give to my girlfriend, or love that, you know, just even strangers, you know, even random people that I meet, you know. I feel like I try to give people as much love as possible to kind of get some of that back. You know, I feel like a lot of what you put out into the world comes back to you, so I've really been working on my karma clout to make sure I'm not like
360 clout now.
Yeah, just making sure I'm not like giving any bad stuff to anyone.
What do you love about your girlfriend's personality?
She is very nice. I would say she is one of the nicest people I've ever met. And it's kind of nice knowing that no matter what I do, she is always the nicest person. On top of being one of the most beautiful people, it's just nice to know that even when I'm impatient or having a mental breakdown trying to park a car, or just anything, it's nice to know that she's got my back.
Yeah. Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
What do I want? Jesus, these are like really.
It just escalated.
Like, man. What do I want to be remembered for? That's a. God. Sidewalk talks just getting incredibly real this evening, this Friday evening. That's a. God. I would want to be remembered that I am a caring person and just someone who was always willing to go out of their way for someone else.
I love that. This is awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks.